Hi there. Welcome to the Small Business Coffee Break, the video series where we take a few minutes to work on your business, not just in it. Today we ask, what are additional benefits a small business can get from a PEO? With Stephanie Fortune. Stephanie has over 8 years of experience as a PEO consultant and started her own firm, Fortune Business Consulting, in 2018. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get into it. It's cool to have the idea that I can have that without actually having that.
Correct.
And that's, I guess, one of the benefits. So retain control, but have some additional benefits.
Yeah, and a good way to kind of look at it is, again, you're going to have HR specialists, you're going to have folks that are SHRM certified, you're going to have payroll specialists, like you mentioned, you're going to have a risk department, right? So again, all these different professionals are folks that you have now at your disposal. So again, let's say conflict arises within your organization. Let's say you have an EEO case or something that might look like it's going to go in that direction. Let's say there's sexual
opportunity.
Yes.
Okay. Equal Opportunity Commission. Okay.
Let's say there might be a protected class situation. I had a call from a school a week and a half ago, and one of the principal of the school, she referenced that she believes that there might be something that could go in that direction because one of her employees, who happens to be gay, was coming in late. So it might be 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but it was very consistent. And so she was trying to figure out, how do I reprimand this person without it being seen as if that's happening simply because he's gay, right? So even being able to manage and make those kinds of decisions and being insulated from the risk or exposure, or even navigating, all right, what is the first action or first step that I should make here to make sure that we're protected and to make sure that it's not viewed in a particular way.
Right. Well, a lot of times
even
it's mannerisms. It's the decision of how many people are in the room when you're having the conversation. Is the door open?
Correct.
What words to use?
Correct. All those things.
You know, all those kinds of things that we don't think about until we have to think about them. And sometimes we overthink it. Let's be honest. That's we don't have the resources. We don't have the resources to be able to be like, hey, you know, all we have is unfortunately Twitter and CNN and Fox News and all the good stuff. And you know, according to them, every situation, you know, could be a potential landmine.
Right. And especially in this day and age, the truth is it can be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the truth is it can be. So, you know, sometimes it's best to seek counsel from folks that are experts in this area, right? So this is what they do day in and day out, right? So like her, she has a school, she operates that school, she knows it with the back of her hand. These are folks that are payroll specialists, HR specialists. They study the regulation. As things change, they're staying abreast of what's going on. And even again, the EPLI that's offered by the employer, by the PEO, also supports that employer in the event that something does go awry, right? Again, not in this exact case, but again, if something were to happen, they also have that added protection. So that's another way that people can see a PEO and the value add, like you mentioned, and kind of gaining access to that economies of scale. So like shopping at Costco instead of maybe shopping at Publix, right? So you get access to just kind of bringing resources together, bringing client companies together to leverage that economies of scale, if you will.
Let's keep the conversation going. If you have any questions you'd like to ask Stephanie, ask it in the comments, or her contact information is in the description. If you have any questions you'd like me to ask Stephanie or any other professional in their field, my contact information is also in the description, and I'm always available through a direct message. See you next week for another cup of coffee and more questions answered.